Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid. You never go wrong.
All right, what's up, guys, man? Here we are again, back for another workout. So today we're gonna do some shoulders. Switch things up a little bit today. I'm gonna start with a couple different movements. Got some feedback from some people who would like to see how I train some other muscle groups. So that's what I'm gonna start with today. We're about 12 weeks, actually a little under 12 weeks out now from the New York Pros. So things are looking good. Still keeping it tight, still working hard, sticking to the diet. So it's business as usual. Like I said, today I'm gonna try to get some good weight, good moving with these shoulders, try to show you guys how to get some good delts. Other than that, you know, let's get rolling. So we're gonna start with this hammer strength shoulder press. A lot of people are familiar with this particular machine. For those of you that aren't, it's just a normal shoulder press, but it's just at an angle. So these, on this particular one, these arms aren't separated, they're together. So you don't get quite the isolation that you would on lateral hammer strength shoulder press, but this one is still just as good. So this is what we're gonna start with today. Kind of blow up the front delts and then move to the sides, to the rear, so on and so forth. Every workout, man, I tell y'all, you know, that I start with, you know, I gotta have my supercharged, gotta have my aminos and stuff like that. This is how I get, you know, ready to go. I always tell people how good the supercharged stuff is, and they never realize it until they go and try it. It's actually a really, really good product, trust me. And I like to mix my aminos and my supercharged, my pre-workout together. And then watermelon is my favorite flavor. Actually, fruit punch, I like that in supercharged too. So I mix those up. Sometimes I'm able to get it in before the workout, but if I'm having a super busy day, sometimes I forget to even mix it before I head to the gym. So sometimes I have to drink it while I'm actually working out. And it's good because it's still the same delivery. I still feel it as I'm going through the workout, get good pumps, my energy's up. So you gotta be sure to check that out. You'll like it, I promise. Beautiful sound. When's the last time you guys heard that metal clanging around? You're used to those, so used to those rubber weights, which they're still good too, don't get me wrong, but I'm an old school guy, so I love metal, love iron plates. All right, guys, next we're gonna do some rear delt. Me, myself, personally, I like to do a good amount of rear delt exercises just because it's great to create detail. I mean, that's what bodybuilding is all about anyways. It's detail in the muscle. So you're not just trying to get big, you know, you do want to make sure that you're trying to hit every individual muscle group so it really stands out. So rear delt is something a lot of guys will do it. They'll kind of go through the movement, but they really won't, you know, focus on it a lot. So I tend to do extra sets when it comes to this muscle group. This way, my shoulders are round all the way throughout, not just from the front and the side, but from the back as well. So, as always, start with a lighter weight. Make sure you're really hitting the muscle and not just throwing the weight back. Hard work. Knocked out that rear delt movement, one of two. So I'm gonna do a second one. Like I said, I like to pay extra close attention to my rear delt. So now we're gonna move on to some lateral raises. This is, like I always say, my favorite exercise when it comes to shoulders. So I tend to do a fair amount of these throughout the workout, at least 5 sets. Sometimes I'll go a little over. Like I said, I just listen to my body. If it wants more, give it more. So we'll start with some double arms, get to some heavier weight, do some single arms. It's concentration on the squeeze. That's how you're gonna shape your shoulders. And always with the lighter weight, we're gonna go right back into the second set. So go up. Let's go 40s. Those are 60s. Like I said, the metal weight definitely feels like it's heavier. But so you notice, even throughout the movement, I was controlling the weight the best I could. So I'm not doing a whole lot of rocking and swinging. I'm trying to feel it in the medial delt. And today, based on my energy, so I've been as high as 70s with good form, but today, just based on how my energy is feeling, I think the 60 is gonna be about the highest that I go. Still getting 15 reps out of each one, so that's enough to put some blood in the muscle, which is what we do, chase the pump. My delts don't seem to be complaining about it. My goal is to look like a G.I. Joe. All the 80s babies. Remember the G.I. Joe toys, and you could disconnect the arms by the shoulders. All right, so we're gonna do on this last set. Like I said, you guys know I'm a big fan of drop sets. So get what we can out of the 60s, drop to 50s, down to 40s, down to 30s where we started with. So it's essentially 4 sets in one. That was 40 reps. It's a lot of volume. 1 set continuously. Oh, that set took a lot. Had some chicken and rice before this. It's safe to say those 2 cups of rice have been long burned off. Take some flexibility getting into that damn thing. Feels great though. This is an lateral shoulder press. Just wanted to try to get some more front delt in. I tend to neglect my front delt a lot because when I train chest, I activate it quite a bit. But you know, if you want to get some improvements, sometimes you gotta make sure to focus even on areas that are strengths. So I have noticed since I started training my front delt a little bit more, that it is giving me more of a 3-dimensional look. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna do some bent over rear flies with dumbbells, another rear delt movement. So these can either be done seated, or you can do them on a bench or standing. I'm gonna do them on a bench where it's chest supported. This way, I don't get any momentum. I can only isolate my rear delt to do the work. Shoulders are tight. A lot of blood in them today. Man. Whew. All right, guys, so the last thing we're gonna do today, we're gonna do some shrugs. I have a guy that's on my social media, Instagram. He's always asking about, you know, trap development, trap exercise and stuff like that. I couldn't find his name on there. When you check out the video, he knows who he is. So I don't normally train my traps because I do so much pulling with back that they tend to get activated with those exercises, rowing and such. But obviously, since, you know, this is the next level, I'm willing to do some extra work in areas where I don't normally focus on. So, you know, during this prep, well, for a little bit now, I've been focusing on training traps. So if you're fortunate enough in your gym to have like one of these mobile shrug cages, that's super beneficial because it has all the different handles that you can use. Just a box shape square you can stand in, you know, and shrug. Other gyms will have like, there's a octagon shaped type, pentagon shape or whatever shrug cage that you stand in, and it surrounds your entire body. But you know, all of them serve the same purpose. Like you're gonna shrug with it to, you know, build your traps. So here we're gonna use this one. So you can use a couple different grips, right? You use the grip that's in front or the grip that's on your side. You can also mimic this with dumbbells. So if you don't have a shrug cage, then just get a pair of dumbbells and, you know, you can serve the same purpose. You just have to make sure that you focus on the exercise. So me, I'm gonna split both as I do these 4 or 5 sets. I'm gonna go between both grips. Start with a weight that's not crazy heavy, but heavy enough to activate the traps. And you wanna make sure that you get downward depression, meaning let the muscles stretch out, because that's how they can get longer. And then with the upper rotation, meaning the actual shrug movement, that's how you can build them up higher. So you don't wanna sit there like you see a lot of people all the time when they shrug. They put a lot of weight on the bar or whatever, and then they do these little short movements where they're bouncing their legs and whatnot. This, pick a weight that you can actually feel it in the muscle. Like I always say, if you don't feel it in the muscle, then you're not growing. So I'll start with 45 on each side. Pick the weight up. So you let it stretch down, then come up and squeeze. And you're just gonna do that over and over, all the way through the set. Good thing about these is if you can use straps. Straps definitely help with grip. But if you choose to not use straps, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of them, but I do find them very beneficial when I do use them. It can build up your forearms. So same thing with back. When you're training back, I try not to use those assisted grips unless it's absolutely necessary. So I'll go right back into this set. So this time I'm gonna use the front grip. Still the same motion though. Pick the weight up, let it hang, come up and squeeze. And you'll know you're doing them right because you'll get a hell of a warm feeling right in the back of your neck. Feels good, but if you're doing them right, the neck will get tight really quick, which is what you want. Tightness means blood flow. Yeah, I see I'm just adding a 25 on each side. Oh. Whew. That is a wrap. So that's pretty much it for shoulders, guys. Like I said, you know, sometimes I'll pair shoulders with arms. Oh, before I forget, I had a few people ask about the 4-day training split that I'm doing now. It's more frequency of training. So instead of my normal Monday chest, Tuesday quads, Wednesday arms, shoulders, back, etc., all throughout the week. You guys know I train 7 days a week. So what I started doing is split everything up so I hit a muscle every 4 days. So for example, my leg day stays on Tuesday and Saturday. That's consistent across the board. So every week, every Tuesday, hit quads and calves. Every Saturday, hams, glutes, and calves. So on a Monday, I would hit chest. This is week 1. Tuesday, quads. Wednesday, back. Thursday, shoulders. Friday will be Friday. I'm just drawing a blank. Chest, legs, back, shoulders. Right, sorry. So Friday will be chest again because that's the 4th day. Saturday will be legs. And then Sunday I will pick up from Wednesday. So Wednesday will be back. Monday will be shoulders. Tuesday will be legs. And then on the next Wednesday, pick up again. That will be chest. So on and so forth. What I'll do is I'll break this down on my Instagram page so you guys can kind of get a little bit, you'll have it in front of you in black and white. That's kind of hard to explain, just kind of going. But anyways, it allows me to train a little more frequent because, like I said, for me particularly, frequency and volume tends to help me grow, you know, as opposed to just moving a lot of weight. So I get a chance to come in here and I get a chance to train 7 days a week because my recovery is usually pretty quick. Now, trust me, I'm getting after it, you know. You guys do see I push heavyweight sometimes, but most of the time I'm just making sure that the workout that I'm doing or whatever movement is actually hitting the muscle as opposed to just moving the weight around. So like I said, going forward, you guys will kind of see, you know, how that will transition, because getting into prep, you guys know the intensity has to go up a little bit. So I'm not sitting there and going one muscle group once a week. I'm actually getting to train it twice a week. So that's where the frequency comes in. High intensity, keep the weight up as high as possible, great form. So like I said, I'll explain a little bit more later down the line, but that kind of wraps it up for shoulders. I got a chance to hit 2 movements on my front delt, 2 on the side, and 1 on the rear. Actually, I only did 1 on the side, but that's enough. It was enough volume. So, and the traps as well. So next time I see you guys back, we're gonna hit a back workout. So you guys know big back always win shows. So we'll get back to that. Until next time, you guys, hope you enjoyed the workout. Go ahead and follow it, check it out, give me some feedback, and we'll see you guys next time.